Now it is my honor and privilege to introduce tonight's first speaker. I'm not going to go through his many amazing credentials. You have their bios in front of you. Many of you who have graduated from Berkeley, you already know him. He is the professor. He is the former interim dean. He has been awarded teaching awards and awards for writing the most influential work on legal research, a video series on video research. But one thing that to me is the most important thing about Professor Berring is I have known him for 10 years. And even though I took one of his classes, and at that time he had two of his co-instructors mostly teach the class, he has always been there to support me. An inspired moment remains just that, if you don't have the right support. So when I decided that I wanted to go on this journey, he was one of the first people I reached out to. And over the course of my law school life, I had always reached out to him, kept in touch, and I had always kept him in the loop of what I was doing. And he immediately said, go for it, conquer the world. That was his exact words, and this is what he does for students every day, whether it's in his role as a professor, whether he is Uncle Zeb, this character that he created, where he would give people advice anonymously. He's always been that for me and many other students, many of you who are in this room. So it is my true privilege and honor to introduce Professor Bob Berring.
So I'm here to teach a doctrinal law course. I hope everybody's read Hawkins v. McGee. This is a real privilege on a couple of levels. Those of you who are Berkeley students probably had to hear my orientation speech, which I've done for a number of years. And the purpose of that speech really is the purpose of what Niki tries to do. It's a revenge speech, because when I came to law school, like many other passages in my life, I felt like I'd walked into the middle of a movie. And everybody else knew the characters and the story and the background, and I was the only lughead who didn't get a thing about it. And I struggled through that. And I discovered as I went along that law school actually is structured that way. And that a lot of people were feeling just the way I was feeling. I didn't have any lawyers or judges in my family. I had a couple of cousins who were actively involved with the criminal justice system, but not in a positive way. And so that learning process of trying to figure out what it was we were doing was something that always struck me. It's why I started teaching advanced legal research. It seemed to me that if you teach legal research skills to students, then they will actually know how to do something. And it seemed bizarre to me that the research and writing component of the first year was so small. So then I graduated and I went into practice for a little while, and it turned out, once again, I'd walked into the middle of a movie. Nobody had prepared me for it. No one had made it sensible for me. And the idea of just throwing you in to this pond and seeing if you can swim has been part of the pedagogical design of law school. We have argued about it, talked about it. Right now the faculty at Berkeley is trying to figure out how should we change it. As you probably know, the bar associations, the California Bar Association and the American Bar Association are changing the accreditation standards to say do more experiential learning, get people into externships, get them out into the world. It's a reaction not just from Niki being the senior associate working with the first years, but from partners, judges, corporate counsels, people in public interest areas. They want folks to know what they're doing. They want people to understand. So that point of transitions is so important. And then you combine it with the law, because the law is the great transformer in our society. The law allows you, with that golden ticket you get when you get the JD, and pass the bar, which I'm sure you all will. I give you a dispensation. Everybody who hasn't passed the bar, you passed the bar. Once you have that, the career possibilities are so open. The ideas of what you can do are so much in your own control. The law school itself becomes important. And then you come to Niki. Niki, for me, is the ultimate Berkeley Law student. Because one of the reasons I love law students, and one of the reasons I like Berkeley, is the students are so self-empowering. When they see something is wrong, they want to try to fix it. And Niki is one of those special individuals who sees a problem, and rather than complaining about it or just moving on, says, I'm going to fix it. I'll fix these first-year law students. I'll teach a class and fix these people in law school now. I will help you make the transition. And she's driven by this desire to make it possible for people to be effective in their work, to feel empowered in their work, and to go to work both with the ground level skills of knowing how to file the brief, the career building skills of knowing an arc and a path for yourself, and also the self-confidence to stand up for yourself. And so I have been a big supporter, and when Niki came and spoke with me and said, I'm thinking about this insane enterprise, nobody's done this. The only people out there are giant mastodons. Marbury, Lexis, Westlaw, Bloomberg, all of these people are out there and they're all starting to offer training. And she said, you know what, I could do it better. And because I understand the students and I'll care about the students. And so yeah, I told her go conquer the world. What I want Niki to do is run for public office. Because I want to vote for her to be in charge of my life, my neighborhood, the economy. Because as you all know, she would make it work. And just like probably everybody in this room, she's touched their lives. That's what she's going to do her whole life. So it was a real pleasure and an honor to accept this invitation, to be here to encourage her on, and to see the diversity scholarship program. It's just another, I don't want to, the expression I often use is it's the maraschino cherry on the chocolate sundae of life. But I think she's got a whole lot of more chocolate sundaes. But this is one great maraschino cherry. So I'm proud to be here. I congratulate all of you. And enjoy this view, folks. Thank you.